Video 6. Wages, Benefits and Terms of Employment. Minimum wage. Workers must receive at least the minimum wage, which is updated regularly by government. This must be indicated on the employee's payslip. Contract of employment. Each employee should sign a contract when they start working. A copy of the signed contract must be given to the employee. The employer must explain the contract to the employee before they start working. If there is something you do not understand, ask the employer to explain it to you. Remember, it is your terms and conditions of employment that you sign. Group contracts. In cases where seasonal workers are employed for the same length and time under the same conditions of employment, group contracts are sometimes used. In these cases, there needs to be documented proof that the contracts have been explained to all relevant workers, and workers need to sign that they agree to the contract. Each worker must still get a copy, even if it is a shorter version. You can always ask your contract from your employer. Employment of family members. When a family works at a company, everyone should have their own contract, explaining their job and conditions of employment. Every member of the family must receive their own payslip and salary as well. Payslips. All employees must receive closed payslips. The information on the payslip must be explained to the employee. When a deduction is made for food or housing provided, it may not exceed 10% of the worker's wage for that pay period. No deductions can be made for protective clothing or any other item of personal protective equipment required by law to protect the worker's health and safety. Information that you will see on the payslip will be the following: the hours that the employee worked for the period, the payment received for the total hours worked. If any overtime was worked, this must also be indicated on the payslip, and the UIF contribution. Public holidays. Employees are not required to work on a public holiday unless it was agreed to between the employee and management ahead of time. Payment for work done on public holidays should be according to law. Annual leave. Employees must receive at least 1 day's paid annual leave for every 17 days worked. Employees will get at least 3 weeks paid leave for every 12 months of ongoing work. Sick leave. During the first 6 months of work, agri-workers will be entitled to 1 day's paid sick leave for every 26 days worked, and thereafter 30 days over a period of 3 years. Remember, do not waste your sick leave. Once the sick leave is used, any further sick leave will be unpaid. Sick leave letter. When an employee gets sick and takes leave for more than 2 days in a row, they must provide the employer with a sick letter or a note from the clinic or doctor. Family responsibility leave. Employees who have worked for 4 months and who work for 4 days per week or more will be entitled to 3 days paid family responsibility leave per year and any other leave as provided by law. This leave can only be used for matters in an employee's direct family or household. Maternity and parental leave. Maternity leave is given to all female employees who have been employed for a minimum of 4 months. The leave will start 1 month before the expected date of birth until 3 months thereafter. Mothers may not return to work for 6 weeks after the baby is born unless a medical practitioner declares her fit to do so. If maternity leave is unpaid, the worker can claim payment from UIF. Parental leave for parents will be 10 consecutive days from the date of birth. UIF can also be claimed for parental leave. Deductions. No money can be taken from an employee's salary if he did not agree to it. If there is a signed agreement, the amount cannot be more than 10% of the employee's salary. Deductions can be made for damages caused by the employee, goods bought at the farm shop, or any other items agreed to between the employer and employee. Conclusion. You must be paid the minimum wage. Sick leave should not be abused. Ask your employer about your contract. Everyone should receive a payslip with all the details on it.